tips for not wanting to kill your quarantine mate through the next few weeks. Okay, you guys, there's no doubt that no matter how spiritually evolved you are as a person, being in one room or one space with them over the next few weeks is going to be challenging. And most of us aren't that spiritually evolved. We're just normal people. So I want to give you guys a couple tips that may seem obvious, but again, we probably don't practice these on a daily basis. So here are my tips for not wanting to kill your quarantine mate over the next few weeks. Okay, first and foremost, you've got to create space. I know this seems obvious, and maybe a lot of us are already trapped in our bedrooms by ourselves, or shutting the door behind us so that we don't have to spend any more confined time with one or two or three specific people. But I think this is really important. So create that sense of space, no matter how big your house is or your apartment. I'm in a 1-bedroom apartment with my boyfriend, and we've decided that he's working out of his office, which is the bedroom, and I'm working out of my office, which is the living room. So create that space, shut doors, create a little bit of a physical boundary if you can to have a sense of being separate. So that's tip number 2. So that's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is connecting with others. I think we all feel like because we are separated and quarantined that we are not able to see people, and therefore we're not really able to connect with anyone. And in fact, I think what a lot of people are realizing is that in fact, you can connect with people you'll need to connect with people even more, and you can just as easily. So something my girlfriends have done from LA, we have a digital happy hour tonight at 6:30 p.m. And I just love this idea, and I wanted to share this with all of you. If you have a group of friends, or even if you're not with your family, create a connection outside of your apartment or your house. So set up a hangout with however many people that you're not with, so you can kind of bring in that external energy a little bit and just interact with someone other than the person that you're sharing your space with currently. So I've got happy hour at 6:30 p.m. digitally. I've never done this before. It's a Zoom meeting. I think it was adorable when my girlfriends Kelly set it up, and Kendall, friends from LA. I love this idea. Do this with friends, do this with family. Bring in a little bit of different energy. Okay, number 3, pause when agitated or doubtful. So obviously, our mind is telling us probably that these irritations and these things that are bothering us are very, very real. And I like, for me, I've been creating a laundry list of all the things that are bothering me, not just about him, but about this situation and about where I'm at and why I can't go out and yada, yada, yada. So your mind is playing on repeat all these reasons. So something my mom taught me, she's been in AA for, gosh, I think like 13 or 14 years. She has so many incredible tidbits. And one of them that she's taught me for a very long time is pause when agitated or doubtful. So if you're feeling yourself getting hyped up and you want to react, just take a second. Tell yourself, it doesn't mean I'm not gonna react. It doesn't mean my feelings aren't valid. I'm just gonna pause for 5 to 10 minutes if you can, a little longer, maybe an hour, sit on it, because oftentimes when we give a little space to irritations, that intensity comes down and there's a lot less fallout if we save that communication piece for when we're a little bit calmer. And it doesn't mean that message doesn't need to get communicated, but it means it gets communicated in a way that's productive and not hurtful. So pause when agitated or doubtful. Number 4, engaging activities. So I think since we're all just here and we're all on relax mode in our pajamas, working from home on the couch, we forget that there's still a need to actually have a productive and useful and engaging interaction with the people that we're with. So we could just be sitting with them in the other room, us on the couch, not really talking about anything valuable. What do you want to eat? Should I open a bottle of wine? Okay, flipping through Netflix, and leaving that as the extent of our interaction with our quarantine mate or quarantine mates. So think of something engaging where you're actually spending quality time with that person. We're doing a puzzle tonight. I'm really excited. I love puzzles. Playing cards is a fun one. Some other kind of game. Come up with, there's any kind of idea, anything that you can do. Come up with an interesting thing to talk about, what have you. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to read a book and then have a little quarantine mate book club, depending on how long we're here. Hopefully it's not that long, but come up with something where you're actually interacting with this person, actually having feedback, actually talking about something, actually playing, doing something fun. I also really want to have a dance party. I love to dance, so I'm making Nico dance with me tonight after my happy hour. So still putting in that intention of having plans, even though you're not leaving the house. That's what I really like. And then help out. I know this is hard. When we're together, we're getting a little bit on each other's nerves. You may just want to give up all of your responsibilities, and you start to think, well, they should have done it first, or they never cleaned the floor, or well, I'm not doing their dishes. And I just want to challenge you to step into for a second being the first one to add something positive. Oftentimes when we're kind of up in each other's grills, I want to take a little bit away, then this other person wants to take a little bit away, then I want to take a little bit more away because they took that away. And before you know it, nothing is left. So be the bigger person, do something helpful, clean up, light a candle, come up with a plan, do the dishes. It's okay, because when you do them, guess what? That next person's going to be motivated to do the dishes too. So add something positive to the pot. That will just create such a bigger energy of positivity and engagement and support from each other. So helping out. My next one on the list is turn your attention to something positive. I talk about this all the time with anxiety. Yes, there's physical factors that inhibit us from feeling our best and feeling our happiest, but there's still a big piece where you have to consciously claim that. So with your quarantine mates, I want you guys to, whether it's writing down, I really like to write things down or say things out loud or talk to the person. Maybe your date night is talking about what you really value about the other person. Maybe that's too mushy for you, or maybe that's perfect for your relationship, whatever that relationship is. What do you value about the person? What do they do well? Bring both of your attention to the things that you enjoy and are important and are critical to the health and the beauty of your relationship. So really, however you want to turn your focus towards the good things, okay? Then, I don't know what number I'm on. I totally lost track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so this is 7. Try a new activity. Just because you're stuck in the house doesn't mean you guys can't do something that is outside of your comfort zone. Try something that you haven't tried before. For example, like dancing around the house if it's your partner, or maybe your family. You guys just want to have a dance party. Or maybe you're playing a game you've never played before that takes some intention, that takes learning, that takes engagement. Do something that feels new, that feels exciting, maybe makes you feel a little bit nervous. I don't know what that would be. I've got to come up with more ideas, but try something new, whatever that is, a game, a dance party, maybe it's a Zoom date with family that's in another part of the country or the world. Just set something up where it feels exciting and you're stimulated a little bit more than just sitting on the couch with Netflix, even though I do love doing that, but mix it up. And then last but not least, this is actually my favorite one. Get dressed for something. So I'm recording this video. I still have my pajama bottoms on below this camera, which you will never see, but I put a little bit of makeup on and I just put a top on. And yes, I sprayed perfume. Nico makes fun of me for it every time I've recorded a video over the last few days because no one can smell me. But something about getting dressed, putting on a little lipstick, is super enlivening, and I encourage you, if you're making that date with your partner, or if you're making that date with your friends, get dressed for it. I know you're not leaving the house, I know you're not going out, but make it a special event. And I don't know what it is about putting on a cute outfit, makeup, perfume, maybe you're giving yourself a manicure or a pedicure, but that just kind of sparks something back alive in you. So I encourage you to get dressed for something, whether it's getting dressed for your work day, getting dressed for your Friday or Saturday night, getting dressed for church on Sunday, but make it a special event by actually making yourself, going through that process of presenting, getting presentable and looking your best. I really think that flicks a switch inside. So those are my 7 or 8 tips. I totally lost track of how to not want to kill or be super irritated by your quarantine mates and actually still make it a fun and exciting time. I want to make another video shortly about ways you can do that with your home and with projects and with nutrition, but I'm going to keep that separate so these can stay short and sweet. If you guys have any better ideas about how to not kill your quarantine mate, let me know. I'm all for ideas. I'm in it with you guys and I want to know more too. So that's all for now. I'll talk to you soon.